Creative Audit is sponsored by Creative Studies. Cool wear designed by creatives, worn by creatives. Creative Studies, masters of the fine arts. Check out the limited edition latest collection for 2021 at creativestudies.store. Retail for apparel was turbulent in 2020, but this brand made it look smooth, like their leggings. This is Creative Audit. I've got a secret. Everything creative and innovative in life follows a formula. You may not want to believe that based on all the innovation gurus. Even what I'm telling you right now isn't original. It's a stolen idea. Kirby Ferguson, a New York-based filmmaker, popularized the trope copy, transform, combine. And he proposes that we all build from the same materials, that creativity is not magic, and that everything is a remix. So it's interesting when the business analyst world, people who wish they could build stuff, but only have the acumen to review it, or what we call critics, tell us what is creative when it comes to the world of brands. Well, we think we have a good review metric for that, and thus the reason for Creative Audit. Yes, what's been copied from the past, what's been transformed to fit the present and build the future, can be squashed into an effectiveness score from 0 to 100, explaining how the copy plus transform plus combine creative strategy works for each brand we audit. Welcome to Creative Audit. I'm Jeffrey Colon, head of the brand studio for Microsoft Advertising, host of the podcast at the intersection of marketing, tech, media, and popular culture, also called Disruptive FM, author of the 2016 book Disruptive Marketing, and executive producer of the web video series The Download. I feel like we spend so much time, especially this past decade, talking about tech, that we don't talk about what drives the world, a mashup of creative ideas and how they follow a copy plus transform plus combine formula. Of course, with good execution. It's one you should be thinking about when it comes to your creative review and the audit of your brand. So who's on tap for edition number 1? It was difficult. I didn't want to just review what some big brand did in 2020 for a couple of reasons. One, last year sucked, and most of the creative was terrible. Let's be honest. A lot of solutions were terrible. But let's not be half glass empty types. We'll leave that to real critics or people upset that we aren't paying attention to them when they announce they are moving to Miami or Austin. There is a lot of very unique offerings slowly taking over the world. And one of them is a yoga pants brand. It's funny. When I mention Lululemon to my kids, they think it's some fruit company. But the apparel brand had a great 2020, not because of just financial performance, but creative movements setting them up for success for the next couple of years. Let's analyze why. While many retailers are fighting to survive during the pandemic, Lululemon made plans to expand its business overseas in countries from the UK to Japan. The Vancouver-based company has identified Germany as a significant growth opportunity, as well as the UK, where it has 16 stores. Sales for the athleisure heavyweight have outpaced other retailers during the pandemic, and now more competitors are stretching into the increasingly crowded market, with even luxury brand Louis Vuitton getting in on the act. When it comes to copying, transforming, and combining to reach growth, apparel brands and retailers really had a tough year. But those that went for differentiation broke away from the pack and moved ahead into areas where investors and customers loved these big bets. Right now, we're pretty excited about what Lululemon did in 2020. Are they any different from apparel designed by the big brands like Nike, Adidas, Gap, or Old Navy? Not really. But those brands are mired in the world of apparel and not moving into one of athletic experiences and wellness. Ask anyone who follows this world what Lululemon is, and they are a digital health experiential brand where you can wear their apparel while working out. In fact, Lululemon bet on 3 areas where they used the copy transform combine metric, all areas they copied from other brands, but then transformed to reach new levels of growth. Those areas are product, omni-channel experiences, and market expansion into new geographies and new solutions. What probably turned heads most in 2020 was Lululemon's acquisition of the Mirror. The Mirror is a digital full-body mirror optimized for personal workouts at the convenience of your home. The Mirror company was acquired by Lululemon in June of 2020 for $500 million in all cash, as Lulu looks to other revenue streams to complement its core apparel products. This is a crowded market, but Lululemon turned heads and got in early with this acquisition as it tries to battle customers that might find the solutions unique, but also might enjoy Peloton or Apple Fitness Plus. One thing that might scare some potential customers is what I dubbed the THX 1138 effect. In George Lucas's classic movie, people speak to a mirror they need help from in a dystopian future. Those of us who are older and have read George Orwell and Aldous Huxley realize while it's fun to look in a mirror while working out, it's also a huge surveillance issue that could come back to bite the brand as data privacy becomes a prominent discussion in 2021. What's truly interesting and went under the radar was Lululemon's announcement that Droga 5 would be their new creative agency of record. Now, why is this interesting? First, they didn't have one. Second, they were using Vice's Virtue on a project basis. This move means they want more quality control on assets with an agency of record model and have asked Droga or tasked them with producing these. That's a sign of stability compared to project work, usually used early on in a brand's tenure to hack their way to new audiences. One key charge for Droga 5 is to connect Lululemon's creative work back to their overall brand experience. That will require making work that pushes the limits of what can be done while still staying true to the brand. While it remains to be seen what the brand creative will do, one thing is true. 2020 was the year of leggings, which really helped with this brand's growth trajectory. For our audit, we give Lululemon a following score. On copy, a 70, transform, an 80, and a combine, a 95. An audit of 81 out of 100. We want to see what their new creative looks like before re-auditing them in 2021. That's it for edition episode 1 of Creative Audit. Make sure to subscribe to our newsletter at creativeaudit.substack.com. And of course, reach out to me on Twitter at DJGEOFFE. For Creative Audit, I'm Jeffrey Colon.